Hello all, I'm František, I'm from the Packit team at Red Hat, and I would like to tell you a story about how we are working on integrating CBS with Packit. After all, it was a really never-ending one, so we are definitely not done, but I hope we have plenty of stuff to show you and things that you can take a look, try, and see. So, what's ahead of us? I'll try to shortly cover what Packit is. I hope most of you are aware of that, but still to just frame it somehow. Then what Packit can do for you, like for CentOS in general, but then mainly for the SIGs, and then how to try it all and what's ahead of us. So Packit, the project has a goal to get upstream, downstream closer together. We have like two ways how we are doing that. So providing downstream feedback to the upstream changes, so for the developers, and then bringing upstream releases down the stream. So for the upstream use case, we have integration with GitHub in form of GitHub application and GitLab by setting up some webhooks. And we can run their stuff for you. We are like leveraging existing single-purpose services and providing the results to you in form of like statuses for pull requests, commits on branches and releases. So you can run like RPM builds, TMT tests on top of that, VM image builds. And if you've missed the yesterday's talk and you are interested in static analysis, there is newly an OpenScan Hub integration, so you can take a look at the recording. So, and in all of these, you can use the CentOS Stream targets on, so you can like you check your code or project on CentOS Stream right in upstream. But what we are here for is like with the maintainer side. So we are trying to get the upstream release thanks to like bring it from GitHub, GitLab, or from release monitoring / Anitia and get it down the stream through the distributions. We have something for Fedora and EPEL, something for CentOS, and something for the CBS / community build service. And as you might see or might not see actually, we are only covering like the public space. So Packit in general tries to be like as an external contributor. So we are trying to cover that part. So let's start with the Fedora. As you might know, or for those who might not know, to get an upstream release to the user, we need to do few steps, and Packit tries to like automate the boring stuff and let the maintainer do just the like relevant, important parts. So we are trying to, first step is to get the release to the dist-git, to the distribution git, and save the sources or to the look-aside cache. For that, we have like two modes. One is like push way and one pull way. The push one is triggered from GitHub or GitLab. The pull way uses the Anitia system, the release monitoring, to get known about the release. But the results from both of these are the same, and there's a like archive saved to look-aside cache and updated distribution git and set of pull requests or single pull request created in distribution git. Then once there should be like a CI happening on pull requests, and maintainer should take a look and approve it and merge it. Once this happens, once there is a new commit in this git, Packit can automatically trigger a Koji build, and once there is a successful Koji build, we can create a body update. If you are interested in like doing this for multiple packages, there is also a support for side tags, so you can take a look. I was mentioning Fedora, but thanks to Fedora and EPEL sharing these steps, so you can easily do this for EPEL as well. And if you want to take a look at this more practically and try to set it up for your packages, you can spend a lunch with me on the room next doors. So there will be a lunch and learn happening, helping you with the setup. So please come, and we can, or if you have any like other Packit related question, I'm open for that. But what about CentOS? Okay, so from the beginning of Packit, we were asked like, hey, support EPL, hey, support CentOS. So here Christian was asking like 2 years and a half ago that, hey, support CentOS stream Koji. And then there was an issue, hey, support the proposing to CentOS stream. Then there was some kind of overall issue tracker for CentOS stream support. And then Christian again, hey, support CentOS Koji. Hey, isn't that the same thing you were asking like 2 years ago? And actually not. There is a slight different, and that's the start of this whole story, that there is a slight of a mess in these names and systems, and I was from the beginning very confused what's actually ahead of us. And I thought that it's just another Koji. We already support Fedora Koji, so it's just a few config changes, and after a week or two we are done. You might see the dates, and we are still not finished. But just to provide credit where it's due, because a lot of work has been done on that. So main thanks goes to Maciej from our team that spent like months and months on this, and also Maya that joined him on that few months ago, and Nicola trying to help, as you will see on the screenshots during the last hours / days / weeks to make something presentable, and also Laura driving the whole Packit projects, like from the technical side. And Christian for pushing us to this, and also it was Christian who, he's not from Packit project, but he was interested in that in a way that he has submitted the first PR that started all this work on CBS stuff, so that's him. Okay, so let's take a look at CentOS. You might see that there is like the bottom part compared to Fedora is missing, because that's the internal part, and we are not trying to touch that, at least for now. But there are few things like blurred, because there are some caveats. So what's ready now is the proposed downstream. That's the push workflow coming from GitHub or GitLab, and the GitLab as a distribution Git. So what's missing? That's the Anitia part, the release monitoring, so the pull workflow. There is still some work needed from our side to do this, about the processing the events, because when we started Packit and the GitLab integration, we were thinking about GitLab just as an upstream, and so it took a while, Maciej, to actually like do our homework and fix the event-based things. I think you can check the diff, and it was, the screenshot is from the last night. So finally we've done our homework to clean up the event parsing, and we can finally take a look at adding support for this pull workflow. So that's especially useful when you don't have access to the upstream project. Then the look-aside cache, that's the tricky one, and I'm sad to say that I don't think we can do something about that soon, because the look-aside cache for CentOS stream is like writable from internal, so it, but you might heard various things about conflags and these projects, so maybe there will be something on that front that this will not be needed, but I don't have much of detail about that, but I hope something will happen about that, and hopefully we will not need to do this like when submitting these merge requests. Okay, but after all, it works. It can create merge requests for you automatically, with the caveat that the look-aside cache is not there, so some manual changes usually needs to happen. I just remove them from the merge request to fit it in the slide, but the maintainer actually has done some manual changes. But you are notified about the changes, and the spec file is updated for you. So at least something, I hope. Okay, and there is a documentation covering like the details and what you need to be careful about. So you can take a look. Everything is searchable through the packit.dev if you don't want to type all the, and I think we'll definitely be able to share the slides later on. Okay, so finally we are getting to the SIGs. Yeah, that's. It took me a while to like figure out all the services, and bear with me if I made any mistake, because maybe I'm still not understanding it all. So originally I thought that there is just a Koji and separate instance, the CBS Koji, but after a while we realized that like the CBS stuff is like a whole distribution, so it has its own dist-git. Actually, two of these, like two ways how to set up dist-git. One based on Pagure and one based on GitLab. For our automation, we've picked GitLab because it's like similar to the CentOS, so that's the way we went. And also there is a send package command, like a send package -sig one. That's actually like configured one for working with Looker site cache specifics for SIGs, so that's a specific one. And as far as I know, there is no Bodhi. But I think I've heard some discussion going on, but for now I hope this is correct. So let's take a look what we can do for you. So this is the, like overall, this is the ideal plan we have. You start with like upstream release and ends with a Koji build on CBS as a like final step. There are few places missing, but I hope a lot is nearly done or can be like finished soon. So Anitia, again, proposed downstream works now, like the push workflow coming from GitLab works now. The pull workflow with Anitia, there needs to be some work done on our side. Then the Looker site cache. Actually, a PR was sent like yesterday by Nicola from our team. Thanks, Troy, he's not here, for taking a look. So if we have this little fix, then the send package SIG can upload correctly to the Looker site cache. So once this is there, we can correctly send it. And also, like authentication-wise, to be able for the Packit service to get the upload the sources to the Looker site cache, we need to be able to do that. So if your SIG wants Packit to do that, you need to give Packit fast account access to the SIG things. So get us to the SIG. That's the way how it's currently done. Maybe we can figure out another way how Packit can authenticate. But currently, Packit behaves like a regular Fedora user. Then the Koji, that won't be so hard, I hope. The missing piece here is, Alexander is not here, but she set up, not only her, but she was working on like set up notification service so we can get the events. So that should be done. So we just need to finish that on our side, the parsing. So we are notified about new dist-git commits and can react on that. So there is still something on our side to finish. But otherwise, as you can see, the screenshot 7 hours ago, and it was taken like 2 a.m. So yeah, since yesterday we are able to publish the merge request to the. There is a we produce this Python spec file library in the integration SIG namespace. By the way, if you want to do anything with spec files in Python, please take a look at this library. A colleague of mine mainly works on, because that's really handy. I can save you a lot of time. So yeah, there is a merge request coming as a reaction to the upstream release, and you can like run CI on top of that, and maybe do other stuff. So how you can actually test it? So the configuration, Packit uses Packit configuration file. You might see that it's a lot of stuff, but actually this shows like if you want to both provide updates for Fedora and CentOS SIGs, so you can leverage concept of so-called like packages, so you can define multiple different configurations for a single Git repository. So that's why it's here. But the crucial part is like explicitly specifying like the GitLab instance, the namespace, and also like the project/SIG setup there, and the packaging tool. We used to be more magical and try to guess everything for you, but learn it the hard way that it's maybe easier for user one time set this explicitly and everything is correct and we can't just guess it badly. So that's why it's like explicitly mentioned here. So once you define this package, you define this proposed downstream job on GitHub or GitLab, and once there is a release, that's why there is this release field, this so-called package defined on the previous slide will be proposed to this Git branch for you. So just set up from the configuration side, and regarding the Lucas side cache, just add Packit fast account to the respective SIG, so we can actually like upload sources. And also you need to use our staging instance or just wait for Monday, because we release like every week regularly. So and there is a setup how to do that. Usually like staging instance follows our like main branches or all the projects, and we have stable branches for like the production instance. And every Monday we are like moving the branches. But still, if you want to play with that like locally with your accounts, because this, as I mentioned multiple times, we are using Packit's fast account, but if you want to do it on your own, there is also command line. Just install the latest greatest Packit from, for example, this copy repository that is documented there, and get the fixed / patched send package, or just wait until it gets merged. But otherwise it will not upload correctly and skip this step. And then there are two command line commands: Packit propose downstream or Packit pull from upstream. They are doing mostly the same stuff, because main difference on these two is that like how they are starting, if they are starting from upstream or downstream. So from command line, most of the stuff is like same, and the results are definitely same. So yeah. And what next? It's slightly on our side, but mainly on your side, because if you want to help us help you, just start using it, try it, or just let us know that you are interested in that, because we can afford working on that only if we know that there is a demand. So if you know there is this SIG that interested in this, or this set of packages that needs this, yeah, we can work on that. If we don't have this, we probably can't afford continuing this. So if you want to like fix these blurry things and continue on that, just reach us. So that's mostly all, but if you want to take a look at the related Packit topics, so as I mentioned, the lunch and learn happening in the next room, where I'll be probably eating the lunch alone. And then on Sunday, with Dan Cermak from SUSE, we are working on integrating OBS. It was also mentioned in the previous talk. So, if you are interested in that, we will be describing how it works. So, and that's all from me, and I'm happy to try to answer possible questions.
So in my mind, usually changes flow from Fedora to CentOS, and I was wondering if it would make sense to, instead of doing the Packit stuff in parallel for both Fedora and CentOS, doing a kind of pull from Fedora action instead in CentOS.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I totally agree that for a lot of packages this doesn't make sense at all, and changes should go through Fedora and just wait through the process. There are projects like that pushes changes like regularly and parallelize it, like Anaconda Cockpit and these that has like a strong CI system and like just trying to make the loop quicker. Regarding like pulling from Fedora, yeah, might make sense. We might want to take a look. Not sure if we are not like duplicating the ELN and these efforts. Yes, so but if it would make sense for some of you, so maybe we can start taking a look at that.
I have a similar use case in hyperscale SIG, like not just pulling from Fedora, but also pulling from CentOS stream.
Okay, good to know. Thanks. We might want to take a look how this could work.
How do you generate the update? Is it customizable in a way, or do you simply use RPM dev bump spec or something like that?
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'll try to cover that like during the lunch and learn a bit more deeper. But there are like various steps on the way, and all these steps are customizable. We call it so-called actions or hooks, so you can like replace part of Packit's workflow and do something custom. But we are heavily using this spec file library, so we are like updating the version and also like updating the changelog. There are a couple of ways how to fill this information. Also, if you want to use like upstream release field, if you are in control of this, or you can have a like custom command that generates it. Also, like auto changelog is supported. So if you don't care about. So various ways on that way. Also, yeah, like usual stuff that like manually the maintainer needs to do. And the nice thing also on the spec file library that it can, for example, if you have like the version defined by macros, we are able also like not replace the macros, but like set the different values to the macros that generate, so transitively like updated.
Okay, sounds very interesting. I'll take a look. Thanks.
Yep. Enjoy the lunch. Thanks.